police. They don't want brutality against police. And police brutality doesn't just mean, oh, you getting killed by the cops. It's also mistreatment by cops.
Yep.
Do you understand what I mean? Because like, if you're being mistreated by cops, and I'm not, because for me, I've been pulled over once. Luckily, I didn't go on my record or nothing like that. But I was speeding. I was going over 20 miles over the speed limit in a pedestrian zone in a normal ass neighborhood. I'm lucky I didn't get a ticket or nothing. But any other cop could have gave me a ticket and stuff like that. But I was honest and truthful with him. I treated with the cop with respect, and that's how it went. And I recorded the situation just for my safety and his safety, and if anything happens. But for her to just go off like this, and I do understand that some of her points of, yes, but for police brutality, it's not just being killed, it's also being harassed, pushed around, stop and frisk, which just happened in our community. Like, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, it's not wrong. And I understand what her mate is saying, like, oh, he should be a martyr, but yes, but he is a representation, he's being used as a representation of police harassment. And we do all understand also what happened to David Dorn, which was wrong, sick, and evil. But, I mean, it happens. And I kind of wish he stayed away from that situation and protected himself.
Yeah,
but also,
I don't understand why you're protecting a building like that and it's not even yours, and these people are unreasonable. Like, these people are unreasonable. It's not even a question. They're unreasonable.
I agree, because I would have told him, just leave, man. And I get it, you may get fired and stuff, but man, you can get another job. Your life is way more valuable than protecting a damn building that will be burned to the ground, and there's no way of saving it unless you got a freaking military force to protect it, or a bunch of people with guns and stuff.
Yep. I will pull an Olay in a minute. I'm not going to sit up there and I know these people are idiots, but there's nothing I'm going to be able to say to stop them from being idiots. Unless he was just going to lay them down, which I believe all he had to do was lay one of them down.
Agreed. No, like it just takes, killing one, or, just having a machine gun on you and just, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I just wish that was the story. I wish the story was a retired black officer with a machine gun. Like, I wish that was the story. I really do.
I wish he protected his life. What happened to him was wrong. It should have never happened. But you got to protect yourself in those type of situations. It's chaos. When it's chaos, you protect yourself and your family, and you do whatever it takes.
Yes.
If you got to kill people, there. But let's just say it was a war zone in our neighborhoods. And for every person who's listening, imagine there's a little war zone in your area. What are you going to do? You're going to protect your family and protect your property. And if you and your neighbors want to combine together to protect yourselves, you'll do it. But you're not going to go run off to another area to protect a bunch of other people in that chaos if you need to protect your own area. And even if you see the chaos over there, you got to get a force to stop that, like all those agents of chaos. Mm-hmm. And what the media wants is chaos, because they want to reform the way the government system is. That's why they're pushing so much against Trump, because he wants to do it a certain way, and people have a bunch of beef. And I'm not saying Trump is perfect or right in everything he does, but what Trump is doing is impeding what socialism is want to be implemented in America. And once you get socialism really in America, specialist, it will be turned into communism, low level of it, and people are going to be really realizing, oh, we're fucked, because they control everything about our lives. And people need to get into their own hands too.
I gotta say this though. Somewhat, I think everybody plays a hand in what's going on. I don't think it's one side that's the good guy and the other side is the bad guy. I think we as citizens need to start realizing we're being played.
Exactly. I agree.
The more I listen to someone like Candace Owens, the more I still start to realize, wait a minute, we're being played. Everybody's being played. Why did she come out and say what she's saying? There was no need for this. Seriously, there's no need for what she's saying. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there was no purpose over this period of time. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of messed up and sick shit that's going on, but you gotta know timing of everything.
Well, because she wasn't even talking about that. She was just trying to tell you, oh, I don't think he should have been killed, but let me tell you how bad of a guy he was. I think the dude who killed him was 100% wrong for doing it. But let me tell you that this dude stole something. Let me tell you what he did. He was a bad guy. I understand. So only reason you should tell me somebody's a bad guy is because you believe they got what they deserve. Other than that, I don't think you need to tell me the guy was a bad guy. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I understand that this dude had a criminal past. Like, dude did some wrong stuff, and he kept committing crimes, and that's what he was. But there's no point of him deserving to die. Like, in this situation, like, I would get it if he was, waving his gun everywhere, talking about, I'm gonna pop y'all, you motherfuckers, and all that shit. But he didn't do that at all.
Think about it. If on the day he got shot, this was happening, that would be relevant. But that isn't what happened. So I don't understand.
He didn't do it. He just got arrested, and it's fine. Just let the man be arrested, send him to jail. Don't have to kill the individual or brutally harass this man or brutally beat him. Take him down, lie him on his back, keep his handcuffs, and just place him there. Put your hand on his back and just knee right next to him, knee on his back, and make sure he doesn't do anything. There's no point of you putting your neck on another individual and torturing this man to death.
Yeah,
the man having a PC on everything, man pissing himself, like, and then man,
at a certain point, at a certain point, it just was wild. Thank you, Deb. Let me see if I can get some more people on the line. Waiting on some people to disagree. I guess they're supposed to disagree, but what the fuck is this dude doing with this thing on his face, eating popcorn? Oh, I'm not letting you on, sir. You're, sir, NBT, you're literally about to get blocked. Watch. I know what y'all do. I've already seen that happen once before. This man is playing what the hell is wrong with people? What? Blue 22 said her. Blue?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was just answering to some racist remarks from some dude. How are you, Tommy? How's everything? I'm a long-time listener and first time talking to you.
Thank you.
Wonderful show.
Where's the accent from?
Born and raised in New York, but Dominican parents.
All right, cool.
So, I got the Ricky Ricardo. Home accent.
I just wanted to make sure. All right, tell me what somebody who's you guys have seen a lot up in New York. What are your thoughts of what Miss Candace Owens said?
Man, what caught my attention from everything you were dissecting every time you were pausing the video is that I was agreeing with you. I mean, I like Candace, and I believe that she was really not doing well off script. Basically, that's what it is. I understand what she meant in some points, and there was some things that she said extra that she could have probably just, like you said, cut short. But I can see what she's trying to say about glorifying. They could coexist, right? Mm-hmm. He was wrong. This man had no business dying that day for that reason. No business. The cops, all four of them, should be punished accordingly. And but the glorification of people just because they happen to be a big victim needs to. I think it needs to be toned down. Nation. It happens a lot of times in my community. In everybody's community, I guess it happens. We tend to we get upset because something happened, and we right away try to glorify that person in other ways. However,
but let me ask you something: Has he?
Yes.
Are people trying to glorify him?
No. I have spoken to some people that have. I'm a school teacher, New York City school teacher, 25 years. And some of my colleagues, we were talking about it today, some females and males. And, teachers seem to be liberal, mostly.
Yeah, very.
And yes. I am one of the very few that especially in my building, for example.
I don't know how you haven't shot yourself in the head yet, but good man.
Oh, and I don't stay quiet. I defend myself very well. By the way, I have brought you to a lot of people that are being red pilled, And you have been one of the reasons.
Well, thank you.
So he said, let me let you know. And yeah, well, as far as that, we talk, and I do notice people glorifying the situation here, in the sense, not in the sense that this was wrong, because I will hang those 4 guys from the closest tree where they killed him. I am talking about, he's a good man. That's irrelevant. He shouldn't have died. Irrelevant if he was a good man, he was a bad man.
That's exactly what I said when they called Aubrey. I said, you're going to destroy the case against Aubrey, because if you come out and you try to tell me how great he is, then they now have the right to pull up how bad he is. Right now, it seems going out of their way to say it about a person, and the stuff that they're saying about Aubrey actually has a point with what he ended up doing. If he had done this before and it was believed he was doing it, it makes sense. Just now, one guy came out and they said, called Aubrey after he was dead and used the word nigger to describe him. I said, I don't give a fuck if he used that word to describe him or not. That still doesn't make him guilty.
100%. This caught my attention today in your show, and I had to stay until the end because I agree with you 100%. It's totally irrelevant, the situation. Now, personally, in Bushwick, okay, out of town here, okay? So I've been stopped throughout my 25 years by policemen because they receive a phone call. For example, I can tell you one situation, a phone call that a 5'6" guy with a jean jacket and a goat was selling drugs in Bushwick. Guess what? 85% of jean jacket with a goatee. But like you, Tommy, I didn't get upset. Search me, do what you gotta do, and I follow instructions. Start getting on the guy's face and telling him, come on. Mama raised no fool.
Yep.
And this is part of the problem that we have as minorities.
Yep.
That we ended for anything, yet when we have to stand up for ourselves, we stay quiet and we crawl under a rock. Many times when you're supposed to do it, for example, when a woman goes and like you said, divorces, she wants to keep your kids, your house, your car, and her new boyfriend. Come on.
Yes. But think about it. We're not up in arms about things like that happen way more often. And when I say that, that's when I get called a coon. I get called a sellout. But I'm telling you, we focus on the wrong damn thing. If you can mobilize like you did about this man's death, mobilize like that against child support, mobilize like that against the IRS, mobilize like that against what happens in a divorce decree, mobilize like that when it comes to you picking your mayor, mobilize. Don't show me that you always get mad when we can show you some white quasi-authority, either an authority figure or quasi-authority figure, then you're ready to mobilize. But you won't mobilize when 22 people get shot and killed in Chicago on a weekend. That doesn't make sense.
Amen, brother. And my point is, why Black Lives Matter only when a white dude kills a black guy? Do you understand me? Lives matter. Black Lives Matter, yes, all the time. I want to see riots. I want to see people marching every time a brother kills another brother.
Thank you.
For no reason.
And then my thought, what I said yesterday, I planned on doing a video. I didn't do it, but I was going to do a video and say, one black man was murdered. Since the riots, black men in the riots. Let's just not talk about what's going on in the streets in these neighborhoods in Chicago. Let's just talk about the riots. More black men were killed by black men during the riots than the black man they're rioting for. Exactly. Let that sink in. Exactly. More black men, while the riots were going on, have killed black men than the white man that killed the black man that started the riots.
Yes. But people are blind. They put blindfolds on their own eyes. They know the truth. Listen, I speak to a lot of people that are on the other side of the river, and I notice they know the truth. They just don't want to hear it. They want to keep their perspective, their side, and that's it. They don't want to hear it. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Yep.
Numbers don't lie. Math is an exact science. 2 + 2 will always be 4.
Yes,
you
sir.
can make it almost 4. And that's why. And that's why that's why it offends me when I see my people destroying themselves.
Yep.
Okay? And again, great. People mobilize, let's call this out. But let's call this out every single time when we see our own brothers killing our own brothers. Let's do that. Let's call it out like it is. Let's stop trying to cover the sun with a finger. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And we'll never get out of this unless we decide to start doing that. Now, let me tell you one thing before I let you go, Tommy, because I'm sure other people want to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I wish I'm going to be coming more often, and we'll be talking more
Thank
often.
you.
I think that this is healthy for other people to listen and other perspective. Let me tell you one thing, Tom. Yesterday I had my, of course, internet lessons, because that's how we're doing it now. And 3 of my kids, I teach 5th graders, tell me that they couldn't sleep last night. I'm talking about, this was yesterday. And they couldn't sleep because of the riots outside in Bushwick. This was a place where they stabbed a cop in the neck yesterday. This is what happened, okay? And my co-teacher, we put both classes together because I only had 12 kids and she had 6, so we put them together at that hour. And she starts telling them, well, you know, those people outside, they're just protesters trying to make your life better, blah, blah, blah. And I stopped her right there. Because I'm not going to allow indoctrination in my watch. Okay? I said, excuse me. I told her, excuse me. Okay? The good people follow the curfew at 8 o'clock. The bad people stayed over to make trouble. So yes, you should be worried. Your parents will take care of you, but you should be worried. And I hope that if my brother goes out the street and he does the wrong thing, I hope they lock his ass up. She looks at me through the video, because we do this through video, and she couldn't believe it. Then I'm just telling you the story because this is relevant. I'm getting someplace here. At the end of the conversation, of the lesson, she tells the kids, Saturday CNN is going to have Sesame Street talking about how we can be better with each other and treat each other better, blah, 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 blah. And I stopped it right there. I said, listen, kids, just because it's a cartoon character or somebody dressed as a cartoon character, always look at both sides of the coin. Because you never know if what they're telling you is 100% truth. Because I know what's going to happen with CNN on that. You know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. They're going to paint things only one-sided. Okay? They never cover the riots. See, I've been watching CNN. They don't cover the riots at all. No broken windows. No 65-inch TVs going out the window. All right? This is crazy. We need to cover everything so that people can see both sides of the perspective. And Floyd shouldn't have died. We should know that. Tommy, I'll be talking to you later. And I'll be tuning in more often. You will hear from me more. Take care, Tommy. Nice
Thank you so much, brother. I love the phone call and keep teaching the youth out there. Indigo, where'd you go, Indigo? Indigo, you dropped off. I was about to let you on. I wanted to see what Indigo wanted to say. Wait a minute, because he really wants Tommy's BBC in his mouth? Oh, no, I can't let you on, Indigo. You saying some wild shit. What the hell? Why would you say that? What is wrong with you people? Tom, you're on the air. What's up?
Oh, yes, Tommy. First of all, I want to say, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I do disagree with you at some points. I'm going to get to that. And I also agree with you at some points. I'm going to get to that as well. All right. If you want black people that kill black people, the victims should get a protest. You might as well put a protest for anybody that gets murdered. That's going to be impossible. The whole world will just be a giant protest. That wouldn't make any sense. You have to protest when a white man kills a white person, a white woman kills a white person, a black person kills a white person, Asian person kills a Latino, Latino kills an Asian, Middle Eastern kills an African. You got to protest for everything. Then how are you going to protest for everything if you want to see black on black protests? I don't think George Floyd should get all this, worship just because he's a victim of whatever happened.
But is he getting worship? Like, here's the thing I say. That $13 million they say he got, I think that's insane. But why is he getting $13 million? Guess who else is getting money?
Who else?
GoFundMe just got that money. Where did they get 3 to 5% of it? That's not black.
From his campaign.
Yeah, that's not a black person. There's so many other people who are making money off of this man's name too, and it's not black folks. Now, what I'm saying is, when you monetize the death of this man, and everybody's monetized it, I don't give a fuck about him deitizing him. It's stupid, but it has nothing to do with it. They're monetizing it. Once you monetize it, that's where people need to stop and say, well, hold on a minute. Something's not right. They're monetizing this man's death. That's odd to me.
Yeah, I think the monetizing and the deitizing is not right. There are white folks that get killed by the police. They don't really get all this clout. There's other people that get killed by the police. They don't get all this clout.
Well, wait a minute.
So
That's
what-
why hold on. That's why white people need to stand up for it too, though. White people need to stand up for it. White people have been convinced that it's okay for their children to get killed by the cops, and they believe it. That's what that white woman said when you listen to her talk about Tony Temper. Tony Temper's mom said she believed what they said when they came and told her, we found your son under a park bench. People start to get outraged when they realize that there's a lot of lying going on. That's when things will be different, when you start to realize there's a lot of lying going on. Go ahead.
All right, well, I just want to say, though, oh, wait, you're on the phone?
I don't know who the hell that was. He had my number, though.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, I just want to say,
I was trying to pass it on to you so I could handle this phone call. I don't know who that nigga was.
Okay, well, maybe she specifically had a bad relationship with her son. Maybe that's why she believed anything the police said. I got a bad relationship with my parents. Like, if the police said I did a backflip on old boy's head.
Well, no. I don't think it's you have a bad relationship. What happened was she knows her son had bouts with drugs. And you kind of think that the police will not. I'm sorry, most of us believe. That's why the police got away with so much in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s. Literally, they would get away. The police used to get away with just raping the shit out of women. Because who would believe? They would believe the police.
Yeah, I believe the police are above the law, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Think about it. They used to have commercials. The police guy back in the 50s and shit like that, they had commercials letting you know basically the cop was infallible.
Definitely. I'm busy. Can you come? Wait, can you come later? I'm busy. Please, just give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm busy. Look, I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not talking to old girl. Just give me a moment. I'm not talking to old girl. Just give me a moment, please. Wait, can you just give me a moment, please? Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I hope you didn't hear any of that. Did you?
Well, yeah, I heard it all. But let me ask you something. You should have just gave her a Twix.
You're not you when you're hungry, Tommy. You're not you.
No, that's a Snickers. If you gave her a Twix, it's because you needed a moment.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, police are definitely above the law, and I fucking hate it. I hate the police are above the law. If you assault a citizen, it's a misdemeanor. If you assault a police, it's assault on a peace officer. It's a felony. Doesn't that tell you alone that they're treated better? So people like to criticize, China, Russia, communist nations. But they don't like to criticize, our own government that's kind of corrupt. People in the government officials get more rights than the citizens. That's kind of communist.
I agree with you, and I want to tell you this, man. Stop cheating on that woman.
Man, that's none of her business.
You did some of her business. You told her I'm not on the phone with old girl. I'm not on the phone with old girl. Dave, you better hope that she don't pick up the phone, because if she pick up the phone, I'm gonna be like, hello.
Man, fuck that. That's none of her business.
I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna say, oop, oop, doop. No, bro, but you're right. You do have a point. But I don't think they're deitizing him. I don't think that they're deitizing this man. Whenever people say this, I'm like, you got to tell me how, because I don't think they're doing it.
All right, what's so bad when a cop kills somebody? A cop is a person too. People kill people all the time. Yeah. Why is it bad when a cop does it?
Well,
a cop is a person.
No. I'll tell you why it's bad when a cop does it. Because you pay this motherfucker, so he shouldn't kill citizens because he's getting paid to protect them. So
is doctors. So is
wait a minute. No. You said people kill people every day. No. You were comparing it to people. When you said doctors, we'll go nuts over a doctor doing it too. The doctor shouldn't have killed you. The only difference is they're very good at hiding what they do. The cops were very good at hiding it until you had public people watching it. If a bunch of public people had cameras in doctor's office and during surgeries, they would start to have a problem too. Remember, this stuff only got really big because you had people actually able to see it. Without cameras, you still just have the cops' word.
Yeah, people are used to believing the cops' word. That's the problem. Cops will tell a lie easily. They're human beings too. Just like they'll kill somebody, just like they'll, put some fake charges on somebody. They do all that type of shit.
Right. Like a cop's job is to bring you so you can go to justice. See, this is something we don't tell people. The cop's job is not to be judge, jury, and executioner. The cop's job is to bring you to justice. So no matter what anyone says, that cop's ultimate job, that's why I said yesterday, he should be like John Root, the hangman. His job is to make sure you get to court.
Yeah. It's like people always say you're, innocent until proven guilty. But to me, it's guilty until proven innocent. I mean, you go to jail first. You got to bond out. Even if you found innocent, do you get your money back when you bond out? Do you get that money back? You don't.
Mm-hmm.
You never do.
Because you think about it. Somebody in the comment section said somebody. Now everybody looks at Catholic priests as some nasty bastards. But before we didn't, and they were able to get away with it. Because enough people came out, now I don't trust anybody with the name Catholic on it. Like literally, you tell me you're a priest, I look at you sideways. Sometimes your profession can get people to looking at you sideways. I think all American citizens should look at cops sideways. The problem is we never did it. We should look at them sideways, not be mean to them or whatever, but we should question everything they damn do. All of us, not one group of people. We should question them.
Yeah, I don't trust them. They like to use their authority to bully people.
Yes, and everybody has ran into a cop that had a bad day and took it out on you. Every race has. The difference is white people have been taught to respect the cops so much, and black folks have just been taught to look at them and say, no, something ain't right.
Yeah, because they're usually just doing whatever the hell they want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's very bad. But I do believe this George Floyd thing is a load of bullshit. See, they shouldn't be worshiping old boy just because he got killed by massa. They shouldn't be. Okay? People get killed by massa all the time.
See, we can say all this when it came to those other cases. I don't think we should be saying it towards this one.
Why does he deserve any more respect than anybody else who's been killed by massa?
No, I'm saying the other cases, the people did this man, all of this could have been avoided, and there was no reason for what this man should have been doing. Like it doesn't matter. When you film a man and a man doesn't even move, that's just cold-blooded. Like you're filming him and he's just not moving. Something's not right about that. And none of the three cops helped. That's why I'm saddened by the response of burning things down, because I think both sides wanted this to happen. I don't think it's conservative or Democrats that wanted this to happen. Both sides are benefiting off this. Something's not right. And I step back. And when people like Candace Owens jumps out the window like this, stop jumping out the window of stuff like this. Something's not right. That's all I'm saying. If you say don't make him out to look great, well, then there was no reason for her to try to make him out to look like a horrible person. Both sides would be wrong, right? Why can't we come and say, let's be right? So she could have done that without doing the opposite. I don't know why people don't get what I'm saying. There was no reason for her to run to the other side to try to prove you he was evil.
Exactly. But Candace Owens, she's just a dumb black bitch that loves kissing old massa.
Well, I don't know what she, like I said, I can't call her a name. All my point was I know right from wrong. And no matter how many jokes I kick, I do want people to understand at the end of the jokes, there's a point in which I'm saying something. This is wrong. She's feeding the fires that are out there already. She is. Yeah. And somebody has to ask why.
She probably just has a bad experience with black dudes.
She's probably getting paid.
She's probably getting paid?
Yes. I told you both sides. No, both sides are making money, man. Both sides are making money off of this. She's getting paid to do this. They know exactly when she does it, she's going to rile up black folks again. Do you understand why I did the video the way I did it? I'm not going to get mad at you. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Every time people want you to get mad, you better ask why. Most of the time when your girlfriend or your wife is trying to push you to get mad, it's because she's trying to go somewhere. She's trying to get out. She's trying to go fuck her side dude. How many of you women have had a man try to get you mad for no reason, and you wondering why is he this mad? I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. He had a date.
Oh, damn. Yeah, but Candace Owens, though, she's just a dumbass sellout. Maybe she's getting paid for it, but it's funny how young Daquan and Tyrone are gonna punch you, and maybe it was Atlanta or New York. I don't know. They punched you over speaking bad about black women, old Shaniqua. But when Candace Owens speaks bad about Tyrone and Daquan, nobody's punching her in the jaw.
They didn't punch me over speaking bad about black women.
What they punch you over?
Jealousy.
Bald head?
No, see, that's what y'all have to realize. Whenever things happen, you got to step back and find out the why. They didn't punch me over what I say about black women. This was jealousy. They've heard people say the same thing about black women in their local barbershop. Seriously, I'm not going to walk around and say, y'all hit me because of what I said about black women. No, you didn't. You hit me because of the fact that no matter the fact of I talk about black women, I still get to fuck them. That throws dudes off.
Yeah.
The fact that you've been doing the same thing I've been doing, but I have jumped up. I have made my own lane. That was just jealousy, pure and simple.
Damn jealousy. Yeah, black people are the most to get jealous out of other black people.
Well,
black people are other black people's worst enemy.
Well, I feel you, and I know, and thank you, Tom. I know I speak in general, but sometimes when we speak in general, when we do it too much, it just becomes we're doing it for effect. And I'm not even trying to be funny. That after a while, when you were talking, it sounded like you were doing it for effect as well. And it lost its humor, it lost its newness, and then it just became, okay, you're doing it to be doing it. I look for it on both sides. I don't let people go around tell me black bitches, all this and all. I'm like, hold on, stop. And I don't let you sit there. I let you get a couple white masters out, or I let you get a couple fuck whitey. And then after that, no, I think both of you are wrong. I don't know why people can't have a conversation like adults. When I'm sitting and doing a shtick and whatnot, and I'm trying to entertain people, fine. But when I get to talking to people or I have to make a point, you got to stop all the histrionics for a second and get down to the core of it. That's why every time people say, well, when you go on this show or you go on that show, you handle yourself different. Yes, because I'm not talking to myself. I'm now talking to someone else. And we've lost the art of communication. The sad thing about what social media has done, social media has made it to where people are less sociable. They don't know how to be sociable now. And that's scary. My man Oliver, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, Tommy, I just want to do a quick little thing for you. When Candace said, use your statement, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Mm-hmm. That's why all your haters hate your ass, because the big wigs know what you say is correct, and you're their mouthpiece to say, this is what's really wrong. Listen. And anybody else trying to say, everybody tells them to shut up. Hey, you can't say that. But you can say it because you took the bullet for it. And that's why when your backers are there, and you see how your Cash App and your PayPal get, mm-hmm. They know you're talking the truth. No matter how they're trying to stop you, the truth will come through. See, they're hitting you on both sides. The Democrat side, the conservative side, every way you can look around. But you still stand tall because you speak the truth. Like I told you before, you're like my father. You're there speaking the truth. You do that. You take the slings and arrows. But see, behind the scenes, you're making them move. You're making them think. And see, that's the scary part. They're afraid to think, but you make them think. How can I beat him? Oh, shit. If I do that, then here you go. You step up and do it a whole lot better. Holy shit. If I do it, oh, hell, shit. A whole lot better. See, you know how to think on your feet, make the changes. They can't do that. See, there's a place between being educated, having knowledge, trying to put both of them together.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that know a lot of things, but they don't have this simple thing is when to apply it. I know a lot of knowledgeable people who don't know when to apply that knowledge, where to apply that knowledge, and even why they're applying that knowledge.
That's what I teach my son. My son is 26, and I said, hey, beat the bitch out your ass every day so you don't go out there acting a bitch. He was telling me about one of his friends he went to school with, went to prison for robbery. I said, there, but for the grace of God, go I. He said, you were right. You got to look at all that stupid shit people do and not step into it. You know, he's too busy going to work, going to school to go get caught up in some bullshit. But I said, if you get caught up in shit, that's on you. You know better. But see, you go out there, that's why I don't feel bad for the protesters. But the looters, yeah, get them. Because it took away from what you were out there for, the protest. Okay? I wish I was old enough to go out there, but I did that stuff back in my 20s, back in the 70s.
Well, I will never. I always tell people I will never join. And I'm getting a little feedback. So Big O, I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'll talk back to you. But I'm getting a little. Here's the thing. I always believe in if you acting an ass, I'm not gonna join you acting an ass. I may believe in your movement, but I don't believe in you to be able to move it. So I'm not gonna join you. I believe in investing, but are you going to invest in everybody that comes up with an idea? No, because I know you and nothing you've ever done has come to fruition. It's like that cat face dude. I would never invest in anything with him because he never follows through. How many of you got family members? You love them to death, but you're not going to loan them anything. You're not going to invest in any of their company because they always come up with some damn idea and they never finish through. They never follow through. When I watch these people, I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that because in the midst of them doing that, we just saw a video where they pulled out, there was two groups of blacks. They got to fighting and they pulled out guns and started shooting at each other. I'm not going to back what you're doing. I don't give a crap what you say. It could sound great. I know you're not going to execute it well. I'll support you from a distance. I'll hit you with the Bette Midler in a minute. What up, Super?
Tommy, what's shaking, buddy? Long time no talk to.
What's up? Talk to me.
So you asked the other gentleman, how is he being idolized, quote, immortalized? He's on every major national network now, even Canada, with his service, his memorial service. This guy has a memorial service, and, you know, they are treating him like he's somebody important. I mean... Well, he is.
Well, hold on. Well, he is as far as a symbol. Remember, they did the same thing with Rosa Parks. That bitch wasn't anybody.
I get that, but you and I both know that they could have used a better person, and this is what Candace was also touching on. They could have used a better martyr.
Name one.
Quote unquote.
So name one.
Walter Scott. That was a legit murder. He got little coverage. He got little backlash. You know, when it came out and the video showed, there were some people that said something.
Well, because the guy got arrested, though.
There was, but there still wasn't, and so did this cop here, but there wasn't the march and the outrage that there is now. He was running from child support, okay, and the cop planted the taser on him. That was malicious murder right there. Mm-hmm. This guy, now we haven't seen the body camera, Tommy, and it's odd to me that they haven't talked to the IAB and they haven't, like, the cops didn't testify or tell their side of the story. They just went with the union guy. And I feel like there's another shoe that's going to drop on this. When he was picked up, when they had him on the ground, handcuffed, and they picked him up from the Chinese store, he had his black shirt on. When he was on the ground, he had his black shirt off. Did you see the video from the storefront where he was in the back of the cruiser and they had both the doors open and they were tussling with him? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, there's that video. There's no video of him actually with fighting with the police yet. But I feel like that's going to be the case, that he was resisting. So that changes the dynamic. He's high on meth. He's high on fentanyl. That also goes into his background. If he's high on that stuff at the time, he's not going to be a happy camper. You know, people on meth and fentanyl, they're not happy being taken into custody. I'm not saying that he should have died, but I'm saying
leave him alone then.
Okay, but I'm saying
if he was just high, let him walk it off. He didn't do it. He didn't do a crime worth arresting for. Think about it right now. We're in the middle of the COVID-19. There would have been no reason to even put him in jail for such a crime.
Well, they're still arresting people, Tom. They arrest you if you open up your business and whatnot. But what I want to ask you, in terms in the scope of these protests, we have the white protesters who protested in Michigan and went to the Capitol, and they had weapons, and they behaved responsibly. They didn't break anything down. And then we have the blacks that don't have guns, and they break shit and loot shit. Can I get you to at least agree that when whites protest, they behave more accordingly than blacks?
Well, what you can do is get me, because you've heard me say that this made no sense, but you also aren't pointing out that a lot of what you're seeing happening with the blacks are being led by the whites. Yes,
Antifa has infiltrated them.
That's
and
all I'm saying.
They're too stupid to know this.
Well, yes, but you also understand that they're taking advantage of those dumbasses. So we have to talk about both. You have a bunch of people who are white who understand that blacks are easily moved. Now, the sad part is when you understand that blacks are easily moved to criminal activity, then it also goes to show you the mentality of a lot of blacks. That's a problem because if my friends go out and start sucking dick, I'm not gonna run up behind them and be like, "Hey, it must be okay." No, I'm gonna say that. No, I'm all right with that. I'm not doing this. So if black people were not prone to stealing and shit like that, it wouldn't matter what some white person did. We'd be quicker to arrest the white person or say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And that's what I wish more black people were able to do. I wish more black people had saw it and said, "Oh, hell no. You're not doing that." That to me would have helped our cause if more of us stood up and said, "No, not doing that." Brandon.
Yo, Tommy, what up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I wanted to say the situation. I have a lot of family members and stuff that are mad because I'm not participating in the riots I'm having here in the city. Mainly because I have a brother who was killed by a police officer. My brother, the police officer that killed my brother was actually a childhood friend of mine as well. But he was black. There was no outrage. There was no nothing, only from our family. And I told them that I chose not to participate because even when I see the city, I don't see the people protesting for the right reason. It seems like people are just doing it just to do it and just to riot and just to loot.
But they're not technically protesting. They're just robbing and destroying things. That's what scares me the most, is that you were able to get people to rob and destroy things. People running out of the stores like this with bags of stuff like that. That's disheartening. That has nothing to do with the man that was killed. People doing this shit in LA and Atlanta, that's insane. The people in Atlanta breaking in stuff and stealing stuff and stealing jewelry. What does that have to do with justice for Floyd? And what I said was this: all you're doing is justifying the type of brutality that happened to Floyd by your actions now.
Yeah, I agree. And then and also, like, yesterday we had, during one of the protests, 2 people got shot. Fights constantly breaking out downtown, mainly between black folks. It's still killings happening in the city every day. That ever since all this started, still dudes getting shot. I know 2 dudes that got shot just about a week ago. So it just seems kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It just seems odd. And like, to me, even with the protests, because I have some friends who've done videos out there, it seems like when the protest started, it seemed like a lot of people that weren't from the city came and started the protest, and then people started joining in when they seen them outside. It just seemed kind of weird to me. Like, it's like, I don't want to be a conspiracy guy, but I want to say this to you.
Just like in a lot of those places where you've seen, just like you saw stacks of bricks that came out of nowhere, stacks of bats and things like that.
Exactly.
Where do these things come from? This is why, I keep trying to convince black people that the most important question that you will ever need to answer and ask is why. We don't ask why. If you see guns just laying in the street, ask why. There was a movie called Mind Hunters where this dude found a gun and he just picked up the gun and he was ready to shoot somebody. And when he shot that dude, he pulled the trigger and the gun blew up in his face.
Yeah, I've seen videos of guys of a guy recording. They say it was a undercover federal agent starting to break windows to get people to jump onto it.